when you're making a cake batter, it's
oh god. That's
okay. I forgot to tell you that low on this mixer
is
is
not
low.
low.
It's not low.
Okay.
This has happened so many times.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Mia with the Food52 Test Kitchen, and I'm joined here today by a very special guest, Sarah Fennel from Broma Bakery, cookbook author and blogger. Welcome.
Hi,
It's so exciting.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to be here.
It's gonna be so fun. So what are we making today?
Okay, so today we are making a cherry Danish cake. So this is from the Inventive Sweets chapter from my upcoming cookbook, Sweet Tooth. This chapter is all about creating things that are inventive in terms of form, but with flavors that are really familiar. So basically we're taking all the flavors of a cherry Danish and we're gonna put it into a cake. It's super simple, like there's nothing crazy in terms of the ingredients. I guess like the most fun ingredient in it is this almond extract. So the almond extract is going to really help in terms of bringing out the flavor of the cherry, and it just adds like this little unexpected hint that I really, really love. So we have all-purpose flour, then we have 2 eggs. When baking, I always use large eggs. It's just like standard. Then we have some room temperature butter. Okay, so then we have sour cream here. So this is a full-fat sour cream. We're using a ton in this recipe. I think it's like 1 1/3 cups. It's like a lot, but we like this. So this is both gonna add some really nice texture to our baked good. It's gonna keep things really nice and moist, but also sour cream has some really nice acidity in it. And that acidity is also gonna really help to round out the flavor profile. I feel like especially when you're making like vanilla-based cakes, adding sour cream or adding yogurt is just so nice because
It's so good. I feel like it makes things a little bit more moist.
yeah, it's the best.
It's great.
Then we got some granulated sugar, almond and vanilla extracts. I like to think of vanilla as the salt of the baking world. So vanilla also just enhances every other flavor. Okay, then we have some cherry preserves. So this has some really nice like chunky pieces in it. Here's a little fun fact about like jam-like things. So there's like preserves, then there's jam, and then there's jelly. So preserves is gonna have the highest amount of fruit content in it. From there you get to jam, which doesn't have as much fruit, but like you can still get a little bit texture. And then jelly is literally just the liquids mixed with sugar and pectin to give that like jammy consistency. But when in doubt, I like to go for preserves in my baked goods just because I like having that nice fruit content. I like the little texture that it adds. So preserves if you can.
It's so good. I feel like preserves, the whole fruit almost gets like a little caramelized.
Yes,
chewy,
absolutely.
A little candied kind of.
Yes, a little candied moment, absolutely. Then we got some sliced almonds. We have our leavening agents. We're using a whole tablespoon of baking powder, and that you're gonna see come into play later. We'll talk about it. And then some salt, because we love salt in a baked good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we love salt in general, like salt on anything, like love.
Especially in sweets. Yeah.
Especially. So we're literally just gonna take this butter, put it into our stand mixer. So we are going to turn this on. And I'm just putting this on like a medium speed, and we're just gonna let that cream together for like a minute or 2. So what we wanna do here is we really want the butter and the sugar to incorporate, and we also wanna add air into our batter. So that air is gonna keep our cake really nice and fluffy and light. So we just let that go, and then
Is there a risk of overmixing in this stuff?
at this step, not really. I mean, like, don't let it go for 10 minutes, but you'll be fine.
An extra minute or two.
An extra minute or 2 is fine. And something I will say, so like right now, you can see that things kind of are just like at the sides of the bowl and nothing's really happening. So what I'll do is like every 10, 15 seconds, I'll just go in and I'll just scrape that down into the bowl, just so everything can have a nice chance to get really evenly incorporated.
Yeah, like there's also so many like, there's like that nook in the bottom of these bowls too, everything gets stuck in there.
Yeah, if you don't, okay, so like this was a big thing in the cookbook. We had to make sure that we said scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl, because so many people will just scrape those sides and then you end up pouring your batter.
There's
like
that extra layer in the bottom.
yeah. Okay, I think we're good here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our eggs. These are room temperature eggs. If your eggs are cold, they're gonna kind of like seize and they're not gonna expand as well. When they're room temperature, they're able to take on their best selves and become the fluffiest and incorporate the best. Okay, so these are just gonna go in. I'm just gonna scrape that butter one more time just so we can really incorporate that into the eggs. Ooh. I'm gonna let this go. You have flour and then, yeah, a tablespoon of baking powder. Here you are.
Cool.
So
and why a whole tablespoon?
Because we want this cake to be really light and fluffy, and the more baking powder we add, the more this cake is gonna rise. All right, that's looking great. Now we're gonna add in our lovely flavoring ingredients. We're gonna do our vanilla extract. I always say to measure vanilla with a heart, so we just sort of like do it, you know? Almond extract, you might wanna measure. I am just gonna take a capful and call it. I feel like that's the perfect amount.
Yeah.
I feel like a cup is usually like between a half teaspoon and a teaspoon, and that's like exactly what we need. So we'll just get that in there, and then last, we will add in our sour cream. So yes, we are using full fat sour cream. I really like the fat of the cream. It just adds a really nice like velvety texture to our baked good, and I mean, more fat is tasty.
Yeah, it's always better.
It's always better.
So, but you can use, you say in your recipe that you can either use sour cream or Greek yogurt, right?
So you can use Greek yogurt just because it's gonna accomplish the same thing. Okay, this is looking great, smelling great.
Amazing.
And then the last thing to do is add in those dry ingredients. And you'll see like at every single step, I'm scraping those bottom and sides of the bowl. It is not overkill to do this, it's only gonna help you. So we just add these in, and as soon as we add in these dry ingredients, we are mixing until just incorporated. Okay, so first of all,
This looks really good. I love cake batter.
I'm so excited. Let's just know it's chunky, it's thick. This is good. We want this, and we're also yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god, the almond already. Okay.
So this is a 9x13.
9x13. They're great.
Maybe
Okay, yeah.
too short, but that's
No,
fine.
that's perfect.
Okay,
Perfect,
cool.
perfect. Okay, great. Now we'll put this in. So this is gonna seem like it's gonna be super, super thin, but this is the thing. We used all of that baking powder. So this cake is really gonna rise as it bakes. You're gonna be like, this pan seems like it's too big for this, but it's not. It's the perfect size. I like 9x13s with sheet cakes and like
Do you want a
single
little
layer cakes. Yeah,
cake
thank
switch?
you. Perfect. This is an offset spatula. Huge baking tool in the kitchen. Very,
baking tool.
very convenient. And I just love this because you can get such an even spread on thicker batters like this. So it's obviously great for things like frosting, but also really, really good for spreading things out. All right. I'm gonna let you do the honors with this because you gotta get it. So cherry preserves are gonna go in. You're just gonna dollop randomly on top. 10 to 12 dollops is the technical.
Do you do like tablespoon or what do you usually
Yeah,
do?
tablespoon is lovely. So I really like adding these like little sort of organic touches to baked goods. So like literally dolloping randomly. Maybe there's a little more in one spot and a little less in another. I think it just really brings out that homemade element. Okay, let's see if I can do this, you know, at an angle. You kind of like want it to be a little blunt so it like drags things through.
So pretty.
Isn't that fine?
That's fun.
Yes. Okay, gorge. And like that's it. We're not gonna think too hard about it. We're just gonna kind of make sure it's a little everywhere. I promise I won't eat this. But
Do you have a hard
time?
time? Like I have a really hard time baking at home and like not like literally tasting so much. Do you have that issue too?
Absolutely.
And, like, do other bakers do the
No,
same
at the
way?
end of the day, I'm
Does
like,
everybody else has no self-control.
I ate so much better. So this is gonna go into the oven, 350 degrees, 40 to 45 minutes, / 180 Celsius. And then we get to eat it. Well, first we top it with some stuff and then we get to eat it.
I'm excited.
Yay!
Okay, so this just came out of the oven. It looks so good. It
Mm,
smells
so
amazing
exciting.
too.
So we're gonna let that cool slightly. Like you don't, like it doesn't have to be cool when you eat it, but like just let it sit, let it do its thing.
Okay.
But I mean, it's
gorgeous.
It's looking beautiful. So we're going to make a cream cheese icing to go on top of this. I feel like
best.
icing because it's like a high sugar content. So we have some cream cheese here. It's kind of like a warm cream cheese, like a little, like room temperature / warmer is.
I put it in the microwave for a little
Yeah,
long.
okay.
Yeah.
Be honest. Then we're gonna do some powdered sugar, and that can just go right in. Then we have a little bit of milk that will also go right in, and our
Salt.
good trusty friend. I mean, just. Oh. I got too excited.
Here,
about it.
wait.
No,
I'll grab some more.
We literally just cleaned this counter. So if your cream cheese is like not super warm, I would literally just put it in the microwave. You can mix it then put it in the microwave, however you want to do it. But you just want it to get to this like nice, like drippy consistency. That's
I love
what we're
like an
looking for.
icing, because then you don't have to use like, you don't have to bring out your mixer again.
No.
And it's just so easy.
Yeah, the mixer is dirty. We don't need to like clean the bowl. Just do it by hand. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And the cream cheese really helps with tang from the sour cream, tang from the cherries. This just has a lot of like tartness and brightness to it, which is really, really nice.
So good.
Yeah, we'll flip this around. Okay, she's a natural beauty, and we're gonna put makeup on her. I don't know where I'm going with this. She's just gonna become even prettier. It's gonna be great. And we're gonna go organic with this. I like using like a bigger spoon, but we're literally just gonna start like going around. I like some thinner, some thicker little guys.
Looks so good.
So good. So now we're just gonna literally sprinkle these on top. And
Just
again,
everywhere.
yeah, just go for it. Have fun with it. And this is where it starts to look like a Danish. Like I love this. And again, because we have those like little divots that the preserves created, it just has this really gorgeous texture. I'm like so excited to use
So
this.
nice.
So with this cake, you could let it sit. The icing will eventually harden, but we're hungry. You know, we've been eating throughout
It's
this
so hard
entire
to
video.
wait.
It's so hard to wait.
But I feel like
little bit more.
that's another nice thing about doing it in a big baking dish. It's like, okay, either you can make whatever 12 bigger pieces, or it's like if you want to serve more people, you can cut it into fourths.
Yeah, tiny
like,
little
it's
babies.
really kind of up to you.
Yeah. All right. This is looking great. This knife is so sharp. I'm loving it. So here's our lovely cherry Danish cake. Took no time at all. It looks way more fancy than it is. It's a one bowl
So
cake.
pretty.
Cheers.
So ready. Cheers.
Cheers. I gotta get a little bite with cherry in it.
Same. I know. Gotta get everything.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh my god.
I like how you can taste the almond, but it's not
not
too much.
overpowering.
It's not like it's like an almond cake. It's like just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And this is definitely a cake that like the crumb itself, like it has like you can still tell that it's a very butter based cake, which I love because Danishes are a little bit more dense, right? So you get that.
No, it's really great.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I always do like a little happy food. Like that's how you know.
That's when you know.
I'm just like I it's like my wiggle, you know.
I love a happy food dance.
I love a happy
It's
food
so
dance.
good. Sarah, this was amazing. It was so fun to actually not only get to try one of your creations, but also to have you in the Food52 test kitchen to come bake with me. It was so fun, and I hope that you come back.
I would love to come back. Baking with others is like the best thing ever.
I
So
know.
thank
It's
you.
so fun. And so, do you want to tell the viewers a little bit about where they can get your book?
Sweet Tooth comes out in October. It's available at all major retailers, online, in stores, so you can get it pretty much anywhere you can get a book. And it's got this recipe and 100 other recipes, so very, very excited to see what you guys think.
Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bye!
Bye!